Alright guys, time to crop here back again today. Hope you're enjoying your day so far, and today we're going to talk about the Hecz OGLA Immortals buyout situation and how much money this organisation potentially could have lost, and what a bad business deal this looks like it was from Immortals. So many questions came up when this deal was officially being finalised, and Immortals Gaming Club, or whatever they're called, was going to buy out Infinite Esports, which owns the OpTic Gaming brand, and then the Houston Outlaws after Hecz sold a majority stake to them back in like 2018. That was a big question, right? Because, okay, you're buying the OpTic Gaming brand, but how much impact is that going to have on your success rate, right? Is it going to be the same? Are the fans just going to follow Hecz? Especially the fact that, well, Immortals buy out the OpTic Gaming brand, but also Hecz goes and starts his other organisation. Probably not going to end well, right? So it doesn't look like the greatest business decision from Immortals, especially now that Hecz has potentially swooped back in and reacquired that brand for, I imagine, less than he sold it for originally. So, yeah, could be a great move on Hecz's part, but very questionable stuff. And we can have a look into exactly how much money these Immortals guys may have lost in this transaction, but I wonder if any of it will ever be public. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Like if you enjoy it, subscribe if you are new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you for doing that. Before we get into this stuff, wanted to mention a few Rostermania things. Interestingly, London Royal Ravens allows the departure of their general manager Swizz. He's been around the community for a number of years, so I'm not exactly sure what direction they're going to move with instead of having Swizz on the team, but he did tweet this out a couple of days ago as well, saying relieved isn't the word, kind of saying like, you know, he's super happy to be out of this situation, so who knows what's going on there. But well, doesn't look so good for the London organisation. Speaking of London though, you've got Waskin here under the following section, has recently been followed, well, a lot of Paris Legion relevant players. So I think you've got a general manager over at the Paris Legion here, team manager of Paris Legion. I think Drew McCord is like one of the top guys at Contact who owns the Paris Legion. So yeah, it looks like Waskin may be getting in contact with some of the Paris guys to potentially join that organisation. I wouldn't say that's absolutely out of the question right now because, well, that team is certainly at a shambles. And Rated says as well, cannot wait to expose some of the fraudulent things I've experienced when I'm done with the scene, but I'm not done just yet, saying that maybe he's back as well. So maybe the Paris Legion are in touch with a number of different people right now and are considering their options, because I don't think they're going to solidify a team for a long time, let's just say that. So yeah, I don't think there's really any deadline day, and therefore they're going to leave it as long as possible so they don't have to play the players for as long as possible. I suppose that's one thing you could argue. Journey says this: we're looking for offers or any organisation to play in challenges. It's Journey, Metals and Lucky, so that's the team of 3. And then you also have Temp, interestingly, replying to this one, saying, you know, kind of a pray hands or whatever, say, you know, is he going to potentially be here? The question mark is around, well, who is OGLA going to get, right? Because the team of 3 right now is Slasher, Kenny, and TJ. Are they just going to have Draza? Are they going to look to get a guy like Enable back? Are they going to look to get Temp, who Slash has played with in the past? But this tweet kind of implying that maybe Temp isn't solidified quite yet onto a starting team for the league next season. We also get this Emigrant Chain, who was a fantastic player throughout Modern Warfare on the Singularity team. He's now like a free agent and he can explore his other options. Parasite, of course, straight in the replies, let's team, you think the seed is ready for that? So who knows what's going to happen there, but well, certainly an exciting one. Let's then move on to the Immortals situation. I wonder how much money the Immortals group has made or lost from the MIBR and OpTic Gaming brands in totals. They also bought MIBR, made in Brazil. If you guys follow Counter-Strike Global Offensive, you'll probably know that MIBR may not be in the best position right now. Neither purchase seems to have worked out well in the long run, but I'm no business expert. You know, the figure that the CDL spot sells for, should it go through, will be very, very telling, that's for sure. And if that, well, if Hecz does now own the CDL spot and he does then sell it on, I think Activision will take a relatively significant chunk of that, because, well, that's what Activision do. That's why you're a business. So this is the article that came out from Kevin Hitt in the Esports Observer a few days ago discussing this potential buyout. Of course, Hecz, currently CEO, well, co-CEO of NRG Esports, has apparently reacquired OpTic Gaming in a deal separate to any ties with NRG that may have been related, of course, to this. Well, I've got a new house in LA that we talked about in the video earlier today. But this was the discussion down here. In June of 2019, Immortals Gaming Club acquired Infinite Esports and Entertainment, parent company of OpTic Gaming and the Houston Outlaws. That was the Overwatch League team, in a deal valued at $100 million. Rodriguez left OpTic Gaming in September of that year to become co-CEO of NRG, and the Outlaws were later sold to Beasley Media Group in November. So interesting stuff. Now, $100 million obviously seems like a lot, but I do believe that that also included the League of Legends team that came with the OpTic Gaming branding at the time, because, well, they rebranded the OpTic Gaming League of Legends team into Immortals so that OpTic Gaming would just be a brand focused in Call of Duty, therefore they could keep that name on the franchise team. But I imagine they were maybe expecting the Call of Duty League franchise named OpTic Gaming to be more successful and carry more of those legacy fans than it actually ended up doing, right? And I think this is where the downfall has really come, and it does seem Immortals' biggest intention with this buyout was to get into League of Legends, intentions, and maybe they're relatively happy now to sell on the OpTic Gaming Los Angeles brand and see where else Hecz wants to divest that to a new organization. But still, not the ideal first year for these guys. And well, of course, they wouldn't buy the OpTic Gaming brand and use it to create a Call of Duty League team if they didn't expect that to be profitable. 1 year in, they're selling it back to the former owner. It's not really a good look, right? And well, you can definitely question some of the business decisions over there. Did they think that buying the OpTic Gaming branding was all of a sudden going to make them a super popular team like OpTic was back in the day, especially given that Hecz is going over to make a new team at the Chicago Huntsmen, right? Like, who wouldn't go and follow that team if you like those players? And that's just how esports, and especially Call of Duty esports, works. It's all about the personalities. People follow logos to some degree, but mainly they follow players. And this was some of the discussion a while ago as well. So EasyMac came out with this, well, the spreadsheet effectively of all the follow accounts right now in the CDL. You can see the Chicago Huntsmen at 180,000. Most of the teams around the $50,000 mark, $50,000. And OpTic Gaming Los Angeles minus 176,000 because they have so many followers on Twitter. They're like 3.3 million, but you know, then it dropped down to like 3.1 million at the end of the season because a lot of people left them. Doesn't mean that they would have had zero or negative if they'd have actually started their brand from scratch, but definitely shows that maybe they weren't in exactly the best position. Jacob wasn't too happy with how this was done. This is the stupidest metric I've ever seen for counting it. You know, some discussions on how, like, how can you not count it? You have to do something. Can you just put it as zero? Well, like, how do you figure out the number that it should exactly be? And so, well, this is what your tweet says. There's nothing about tracking growth. I'm not even part of OG anymore. I don't care about defending them. We both just know that effectively you're just trashing on OGLA in order to get attention is kind of what Jacob's implying here. So yeah, honestly, pretty interesting tweet thread. But I saw this on Reddit as well, which I thought was pretty insightful. All Call of Duty League team views/subs on YouTube. So looking through all the Call of Duty League teams' YouTubes. Now, some of them have made content, right? A lot of people discuss, you know, why don't these teams make content? Some of them do make content and make an attempt, but the content doesn't necessarily hit the mark or isn't promoted in the right way. And well, you can see Chicago Huntsmen with 9 million views total on their channel this season, 1.3 million views this month. Subscribers 116,000 total, 9,000 subscribers this month. Every other team is somewhat behind that. Dallas Empire is probably the one doing the best job, then Atlanta FaZe understandably, and then OpTic Gaming, right? Yes, they're number 4, but I mean, this Call of Duty League channel on YouTube has so many subscribers. It has like 1.4 million subscribers on YouTube, which is why they aren't considered down here under subscribers, because it would be like artificially inflated by what OpTic Gaming used to be, I suppose. But they are here under views with 500,000 views total since the start of the Call of Duty League, which, given that they have 1.4 million subscribers, is not a great figure, right? And Chicago Huntsmen are at 1.3 million views just this month. I mean, the Dallas Empire and some other teams are pretty much up there as well. So Huntsmen, of course, dominating the content stuff. That is no surprise. But were Immortals expecting to come in here and like rival the figures of Huntsmen? They were probably thinking, okay, damn, like Chicago, they start everything from scratch. We have the 1.4 million subscriber base. We're going to be able to keep up with them in terms of content and start pushing things out. But you know, they make videos, they get 3,000-4,000 views, not exactly spectacular. And now they're thinking, well, maybe this didn't work out like we planned. We got to sell it on. Just to flex a little bit on OpTic Gaming Los Angeles and some of the rest of these teams, this channel, and yes, it was Rostermania, so you know, it is what it is. But this channel in September had 1.8 million views total, which is honestly remarkable. Thank you guys so much for that. And well, the same amount of views as the Huntsman channel plus the OpTic Gaming channel combined. Unbelievable stuff. And yeah, I did the inspect element thing you can do on Crow while this. I didn't actually make $25 million, but you know, maybe we save up and maybe we buy a franchise. So yeah, honestly, thank you so much for this. It was an absolutely unbelievable month, but still about 55% of you guys watching this video will not be subscribed to the channel. So if you're not yet, maybe we can get over that 35,000 subscriber mark sooner than I expect. So yeah, just to finish out the video, wanted to run it back to these well, Call of Duty League teams that have been nominated for the Esports Awards. As they say, vote for our crew. The Dallas Empire is the team of the year, Clayster is the console player of the year, Crimsix console player of the year, Shotzi console player of the year, also potential rookie of the year, Ilian there as well, Awakenings here as a rookie, Rambo as coach of the year, and a number of the talents as well. So Maven as a play-by-play caster, color caster, I think that Chance was nominated, as was Joey DeLuca, that being Merk, and well, we also had Nameless as analyst of the year. So really looking good, and well, Prague, Lottie Van Prague as well, host of the year as well. So Call of Duty looking on the up once again. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you for making it this far. If you did enjoy it or learned something new, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm know that you enjoy this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content too. Thank you for watching as always, and I will see you next time.
Get to the next one. Need to control the hard point.